Top 10 tourist scams in Japan and how to avoid them. Japan is one of those places where you can usually relax and enjoy your travels without worrying too much about safety. But even in a country as orderly as Japan, scammers can still slip through the cracks. While it's definitely not a hotspot for trickery, tourists should still be aware, especially in crowded areas. So, let's take a look at 10 of the most common scams you might encounter here and, of course, how to avoid getting caught up in them. Stay sharp and let's dive in. 1. The Shady Bar. Scam. One scam people often fall into while enjoying Japan's vibrant nightlife is the shady bar or club scene. You're strolling down a lively street, and out of nowhere, a street tout grabs your attention, promising you all kinds of irresistible deals. Cheap drinks, free entry, maybe even a special offer that sounds too good to pass up. You may think you've hit a jackpot, but once you step inside, reality hits. The drinks are priced way higher than you expected, or worse. You're charged for services you didn't even ask for. It's a classic bait-and-switch move, and it can be a real buzzkill if you're not careful. The worst part is these places often target tourists who are just trying to enjoy a fun night out. To avoid being scammed, your best bet is to stick to well-reviewed venues that have good ratings from locals or other travelers. If you're not familiar with the area, ask around for recommendations. Trust me, locals will usually steer you in the right direction. And, most importantly, don't ever follow street touts into a bar. Always check the menu and confirm prices before you order, and if something feels off, trust your instincts and walk away. By staying sharp, you can enjoy Japan's nightlife without falling victim to overpriced drinks or surprise charges. Enjoy your night, and don't let these scammers spoil the fun. 2. The Fake Monk Scam. If you're strolling through a busy street in Japan, and suddenly, a monk in traditional robes approaches, holding a donation bowl, flashing you a smile and asking for a donation to support their religious cause. Chances are, these monks are actually scammers, pocketing your cash for themselves instead of using it for any good deed. Real monks don't walk around asking for donations. So, if someone in robes approaches you on the street, just smile, politely decline, and move on. It's all about keeping your guard up and not falling for that warm, welcoming vibe. 3. Overpriced photos. Scam. Another scam that often trips up tourists is the free photo hustle. You may be enjoying the views of a scenic spot, and a friendly stranger offers to snap a quick photo of you. Who wouldn't want a photo to remember the moment? But here's where it gets tricky. Once they've clicked the shot, they hit you with an outrageous price, expecting you to cough up cash for the free photo they just took. Next time someone offers to take your photo, just be a little cautious. You have your trusty selfie stick for a reason, right? Or, better yet, ask another tourist to swap photo duties for a minute. It's like a photo exchange program, and it won't cost you a yen. If the stranger seems a little too eager or you sense something fishy, just politely decline and move on. There are plenty of other photo ops out there that won't end with you paying for a snapshot you didn't ask for. 4. The Disaster Relief Scam. This is a familiar scene with the fake monk scam. You could be in a busy area, and someone approaches you with a sad story about a recent disaster. They're holding a donation box and asking for your help to support the victims. It all seems so sincere, and they may even hand you a flyer or a picture to tug at your heartstrings. But the hard truth is, the money you're giving isn't going toward disaster relief. It's just lining the pockets of scammers who are preying on your compassion. When it comes to donations, always take a moment to double-check. Real, legitimate charities typically have official websites, easily recognizable logos, and clear branding. If the person asking for your money can't provide any of this, Or if they seem overly vague about the cause, don't hesitate to walk away. Don't let their emotional pitch cloud your judgment. Your money is better off in the hands of organizations you can trust, not scammers looking to exploit your good intentions. Stay aware. Stay smart. 5. Overpriced travel passes. Here's another one you definitely want to watch out for. Overpriced travel passes. Japan's efficient public transport system is a dream for travelers. But unfortunately, it's also a prime target for scammers looking to cash in. Picture this. You're browsing the web for a Japan rail pass, and a shiny website promises you the world. Cheaper prices, unlimited travel, the works. You grab your credit card, only to realize later you've paid through the nose for something that's either fake, invalid, or just plain unnecessary. Here's how to avoid it. First off, don't let your excitement cloud your judgment. Stick to the official websites for your passes. We're talking Japan Rail and other authorized sellers to ensure what you're buying is legit. And while you're at it, take a few minutes to really think about your travel plans. Do you even need that fancy pass? You might find you're better off buying single tickets or doing a little research on other cheaper travel options. It's all about making sure you get the most bang for your yen, without falling for the scammy tricks that'll leave your wallet feeling much lighter. 5. Romance scams. Another scam you might come across in Japan is the classic romance scam. Whether you meet someone in person or online, they might seem sweet, genuine, and interested in you. At first, it feels like a connection. Lots of sweet messages, flirty exchanges, and even promises of meeting up. But here's the catch. After a few weeks of playing the love game, they suddenly hit you with a sob story, claiming they need money for a family emergency or an unexpected crisis. It's heart-wrenching, but unfortunately, it's just a trick to get into your wallet. If someone's moving things along way too fast or starts asking for money right after you've built a connection, it's time to hit the brakes. Trust your instincts. If it feels off, it probably is. Never send money to someone you've just met, especially if they're quick to make excuses or involve emotional manipulation. True love doesn't come with a price tag. 6. Public transport pickpocketing. Now, let's talk about this sneaky one. Public transport pickpocketing. It's not something you'll hear about all the time, but it can definitely happen. Japan's trains are notoriously packed, especially during rush hour. And that's exactly what scammers are waiting for. They'll slip through the crowd, working their way toward distracted tourists or even locals, swiping wallets or phones without anyone noticing. The best way to stay safe is by keeping your valuables close and secure. Use a zippered bag or a crossbody with the strap over your shoulder. And ladies, if you're traveling during peak hours, consider hopping on a women-only carriage. It's a safer bet for avoiding not just pickpockets, but also any unwanted attention. Always stay aware of your surroundings. No one likes a surprise thief. 8. Taxi overcharging. The next one you have to watch out for is taxi overcharging. While most taxi drivers in Japan are super trustworthy, there are a few bad apples out there who might try to pull a fast one on unsuspecting tourists. These guys take longer routes to jack up the fare or add extra fees that aren't exactly necessary. It can happen, especially if you're not familiar with the area. But don't worry. Here's how you can avoid it. First off, download a taxi app like Uber or Japan Taxi. These apps let you see estimated fares before you even get in, so there's no surprise when the ride is over. If you're grabbing a cab the old-fashioned way by hailing, 1. Make sure the driver switches on the meter before you even pull away. If they try to charge you an extra fee or avoid using the meter, don't hesitate to hop out and find another taxi. Stay sharp and keep your ride smooth. 9. Fake souvenirs and merchandise. Another one. Fake souvenirs and merchandise. While strolling through the tourist hotspots, you might spot a vendor pushing authentic or handmade goodies that are, well, far from it. These knockoffs can be overpriced and often aren't the genuine article they're cracked up to be. When souvenir shopping, stick to reputable stores or government-certified shops. These places are more likely to offer high-quality, authentic items at fair prices. If you see a street vendor with a deal that seems too good to be true, guess what? It probably is. Trust your instincts and remember that a genuine souvenir is worth the investment. 10. ATM and currency exchange scam. Last, but definitely not least, you should be wary of ATM and currency exchange scams. Some sketchy ATMs might slap on crazy fees or offer horrendous exchange rates, leaving you with less yen than you expected. And don't get me started on those dodgy currency exchange counters that might try to shortchange you while you're not looking. When you're withdrawing cash, always use ATMs located at banks or convenience stores like 7-Eleven, Lawson, or Family Mart. These tend to offer better rates and lower fees. As for exchanging money, it's best to stick to reputable exchange counters or do it before you head off to Japan. That way, you can avoid getting ripped off and enjoy your trip with more cash in your pocket. Even with all these, Japan is still a safe and inviting place, but a bit of caution never hurts. Trust your instincts, do a little homework before you go, and don't be afraid to walk away from anything that feels off. With some awareness, you'll be able to dive into the beauty of Japan without any stress. Have you ever fallen for a scam or encountered one while traveling? Drop your stories in the comments below. Let's help each other stay safe and enjoy the adventure.